Alright guys, so I just want to show you something real quick that I was, in the middle of editing. This is just 2 clips put into this. I'm just going to slide these in here real quick just to show you kind of how much I recorded. Alright, this was my new player guide before I edited all of it, and I thought about it and I'm like, it's just a lot of information. It's a lot of information, and I can definitely cut it down, but I can't cut it down that much, right? So I'm just going to start from scratch. Let's get right into it. And the reason I'm going to start from scratch is because we have a lot of good things that I can talk about. So first off, at the very beginning of this video, I want to say something that I said in the clips I already recorded, and now I'm not going to upload. Waste of time. But is that if this video gets 200 likes, yeah, why not? If this video gets 200 likes, I'll make a new account, and I will not only give you a guide, comprehensive guide, which is what this is, but I will put my money where my mouth is. It'll be a free-to-play account, and I will show you guys how to do it. I will take you guys along with the ride. Right? I think that'd be cool. So 200 likes on this video, and I will make a new account, make a series out of it. I'm gonna do it anyways, most likely, because it's just good content. But looking into it. So Slayer aside, doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna make one, but for this, if you're making a new account or you're a new player, and if you're not brand new, so this is for players that want to get into the game. This is for players who are already into the game, like just getting into it, and this is for players that are well into the game. This guide will cover all of you, okay? So let's talk about how you want to use this. We have 2 different progression events. We're going to get a Power Pass, and we're going to get a Hyper Express. Now, anybody who knows me knows kind of how I use these things. So I want you to listen to me. I really want you guys to pay attention. I don't want you to use your Punica Power Pass and your Hyper Express on the same character, okay? Because you get something called a Vern Power Pass, or a Vern, Vern Power Pass. You get 2 free ones. So what I want you to actually do as a new player is I want you to, and this is why I really want to make the series, because I can show it. Alright, I'm just going to add this clip in. As you can see, it's the morning. I fell asleep editing last night. Like, this is a lot of work, so I'm sorry it's taking forever to come out. And I'm not even putting in the most work I could to make this the best I could. But this is a lot of work. There's a lot of editing. There's a lot of reviewing. This is a lot of scanning over footage. There's a lot of looking at other people's clips. Like, this is a lot. I'm not going to pretend it's not. So anyways, I'm making this as a quick clip. Something to add in. I just wanted you to know that I've been editing all night. So, like, this stuff, the reason I don't mention this anywhere else in the guide and I'm recording this clip at the end is because I actually don't want you to focus on this right away in the beginning of the game. I don't think it's intelligent. I actually think it's a really bad decision to try and focus on any of this stuff at the very beginning. I would actually wait. And I really, really want you to wait. Now, when we first started playing the game way back when, this wasn't bad to do as you played, right? Right now, don't do it. It's not that it's a waste of your time, but there's an efficient way to go about this now that we're further into the game. So please don't touch this stuff. Wait to touch this stuff. I promise you, I'm going to get you through this stuff. I promise you this is a part of our goals within the first month to 4 months of the game. And I promise you this is a really easy way to get everything you need from this very fast and navigate it. But you guys got to stick with me on this one, because this isn't a simple process. This isn't something that just kind of works in one way. It's a ratio concept. And I really have to, we got to get through it, because I got to redo a different ratio, and there's a lot of aspects to it. But this is not important for your account right off the bat. I don't care. Neither is the collectibles. Anybody that tells you that, just ignore them. For the first week to month, for the first month of the game, I need you guys to stay with me and do what I said about, everything I'm talking about. See you in the next clip. But yeah, essentially, you're going to get 2 free Verns. If you haven't used your story event quest yet, there's a story event quest going on. So again, if you're new to the game, let me just kind of flash that really quickly. Okay, so the game's finally loading. Jesus. Whatever they did with that last update, game's definitely been having a hard time. But, yeah, so guys, this is going to be a relatively comprehensive guide. I reviewed my video and editing. I even went and rewatched some of the other new guides, like, and I think I got this. I think I got a pretty good setup, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm not going to have you wondering or nothing. We're going to give you guys a straightforward one, so. Let's go ahead and get right into this. So this is a character that I actually use my story express on. So again, what I'm recommending you do with your new account, or not your new account, but like you're a new player or you're close to a new player, is I would do this. I would definitely get this done because I think the story is pretty cool. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine because there's something on the horizon that means you won't have to. But I really do think you should do this. And the reason I think you should do this is because of not just the rapport, but there's so many there's so many things that come out of here, like skill point wise, and so much that you need for rapport and all these different things that come out of this area, right? Out of the collectibles and things like that. And 10,000 rapport is kind of a lot, and so is the additional 10,000 that you get here. So just keep that in mind. 20 chests of coins is a lot. So you're really doing it for these three things. And since I'm going to be free to play 14 days, right? I'm going to be free to play on my new player thing. 14 days of crystalline ore is massive, right? So, and we'll get into that more. And then these cards are massive for a new player. Like these are things that you really want to put your time into. And then the books are massive. All of these things are huge, huge, huge for a new player. So I would recommend doing this. That's definitely something you want to do in your new account. And I'm definitely going to be showing you guys it. And doing it along with you because as you can see there's also silver and rewards that come along the entire way, and since we have about a week until the update, I would actually recommend doing it now if you're a new player getting into the game or trying to get into it. Alright, and so this is actually going to give you your chosen gear too, getting you straight to 1370, right? So just like for anybody that's concerned with not being able to find a group or a raid, if you do the story express, it's going to give you the 1370 gear as well. So for 6 to 8 hours of your time, which is something that you already put into the game, it's like 2 days of your playtime or 3 days of your playtime, you can get a character up to 1400, 1415. So do that. So the goals that I set forth in that video earlier, and I talked about all of this, is I basically said that you want to try to get your whole account at 1445. You want to have, and anybody that's like, I only want one character, you need to make at least 2 or 3. Okay, you need to. I'm sorry, you need silver. There's things that you have to do with alts. Even if you make all of the same character, even if you make all berserkers or you make all deadeyes, I don't give a shit. But if you make all of one character, that's fine. It's actually more efficient in some ways, but you do need multiple characters because you need to be able to get more gold. You need to be able to get more silver on farm. And that's fine because I'm going to teach you how to do it really easy and efficiently the same way I've done it the entire time I've played the game. Alright, so this is one free character. This is how we're going to start equating this, okay? One free character. How do you get one free character? Let's go ahead and pull up our notepads. So what we're going to say is your first free character comes from the Story Express mission. Now, what's going to happen when you finish your Story Express mission, right, is you're going to get a Punica Power Pass, in addition to 2 Vern Power Passes, I think. Did we get a Punica one for free? I don't remember how that worked. I don't remember 100% how that worked, but right now there's actually a power pass I think that you were getting anyways with this like current time period and event. So you got an express mission, a power pass, and this story mission, right? So what you should be able to do, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but you know what? We won't even talk about that third power pass, the Punica one. We'll just talk about the 2 Vern ones. Is what you're gonna want to do is after you complete this story express and you get that first character to basically 1445 because you're going to get it for silver, so you're going to farm chaos dungeons over the coming weeks. That's all it's going to take is farming chaos dungeons with this character that you got 1370 for free. Do you know what I mean? Get him to 45. That's perfect. Now that character's to 45. Now you should start working on the second character. And you're probably like, no, I should get this character for honing. No, it's free to 45 right now. So you take what you get for free. After you do that, you're going to get a Vern Power Pass. I would recommend using both Vern Power Passes immediately. So now what I'm recommending you do is I would recommend you did get a power pass with the express mission, and you do get the express mission. What I'm recommending that you do is you make a 4th character. Okay, this is just my opinion. You don't want to have as many characters, that's fine. Don't listen to me. If that's the case, then just use this express mission and use the power pass on one of the 302s, and then use the express mission. It won't matter. Okay, but if you're only going to make one character, this is really going to not apply to you for a little bit, but I would make a 4th character. Okay, and this 4th character I would actually use the power pass on. So this is the Punica pass. Punica schedule. What is it? It's fucking, I think it was 04 or 03 maybe, whenever the hell we got the content. 03 power pass. 320. Okay, something like that, right? It's the one we got with this event. And then I would actually go through, because you need to do the tower your first time anyways, okay, to get your skill points and stuff, I would go through and actually take advantage of the in-game concepts. So let's go ahead and do that. I gotta swap characters to show a little bit more of this stuff off, but that's fine. And we're gonna go to a max character just because it'll be easier, yeah. It didn't matter who I picked. Where was I though? What was I talking about last? Where was I? Punica schedule, yeah. So this will get you your 4th character, and then if you do what I'm about to tell you next, and you use the in-game resources to your advantage with the 2 towers and stuff, the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, and then there's other things in the game too. There's different islands that you can go to capitalize. There's actually an island guide as well. I really should be showing this from the other account's perspective, to be honest, but that's okay, because I really want people to like the video. Again, 250 likes, or 200 likes, whatever it was. I'd love more than that, that'd be cool. And then I'll make the video. I'll do it, why not? I'm bored with my account anyways, so it'll be cool. And here's the best part: there's a lot of people who doubt me, who like doubt my account and my progression, and like even my close friends. That's cool. So I would love to prove it. I would love another chance to prove how good I am. Okay, so we're almost there, so I could. I'm not even gonna talk about the events, because the events are kind of like a given. Like, you need to be doing the events, and I talk about in the other video how to not play as much. So go check out my other video, how to not play as much, and it'll tell you essentially what to do on your account when it comes to getting those tokens and guaranteeing you get those tokens. But yeah, so what I would recommend doing is with one of those characters, after you get to the tower the first time with your main character that you just blew through the content with, like it's 1370 or 1400, whatever, 1445, like this shit, you'll blow right through it. You get all of your stuff. Right, you blow through this one, you get all the stuff. There's skill points here, you can't see it, but there is. And then same thing with this one. Why the fuck does that look so different? Did I not get that skill point? Am I missing something? Or did I not do this the first time around on... Huh, interesting. I mean, that's curious, but, because this was my main. But either way, so you get your skill points, you get everything from the first 2 tiers of the tower. Then go to the second character. Okay, this character. Okay, if you don't have the Punica Power Pass, right? So, like, we're gonna pretend you don't have this, but I'm pretty sure they gave us 3. They gave us 2 Verns and a Punica one or something. Or I don't know if it was an event one, though, so we're just gonna stick with this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get this character straight up the old school way. It won't cost you anything but silver, which is why I told you to keep doing your Chaos Dungeons. It's very important, okay? So using these materials and things, you're gonna get this character to tier 3, okay? The old school way. And I know that sounds cringe, right? But it's not. The tower won't take you that long. You just pad the character up real quick. Like, it'll be really easy. It's not that hard, I promise. It's not. It's not. You get what you can get, okay? And then, in addition to that, you have a bunch of little islands. So why I'm saying this is the original content that we did, like the tower, the islands, things like this. Doing the original story. Okay, the original story was like 6 to 8 hours or something like that. I'm recommending doing these because the amount of resources you get for the limited amount of time for where your account is at is worth it. The reason why somebody like me shouldn't be doing it is because I have this for a roster. So my options to make gold and my options to bring income into my account are completely different than yours. I have unlimited amounts of options. As a matter of fact, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I could just run buses all week if I want. I can literally do whatever I want in my account because I have a ridiculous amount of options. I can do all Chaos Dungeons and still keep up with people at the current content because I have this many Chaos Dungeons, okay? So you're going to go around, you have the time to do it, you don't have much else to do in the game. There's a bunch of little islands over here. There's an island guide. Go look up the old school island guides. I would actually follow along with one of them and just bang up those islands. If I remember correctly, it was 6 to 8 hours for the storyline, and then it was like another 6 to 8 hours for all of the islands, tier 1 and tier 2, and you get a ridiculous amount of materials, okay? So I would recommend Story Express, 1445, that's one character done. Vern character, this character is going to get to tier 3, and then once it's a tier 3, it's just silver. Now, the hard part for you with this character is going to be getting your Abyssal Dungeon stuff, right? Because you do need to get these to get your set. But I just recommend being patient. Join the Discord. I'm going to link the Discord, so you can also join the Discord and maybe do it. Like, maybe I'll help a few people. I'm not going to help a ton of people out, but I'll try to help you guys out. But yeah, so do the islands. That'll get you your second character up. So now this character's at tier 3. Right, so now without doing anything, you got 2 characters to the end game. Okay, what I would recommend now, so Story Express and Hyper Express. I should have pointed that out. So this character, You're gonna do Story Express into Hyper Express, or actually, was the Hyper Express? I need to check the Hyper Express real quick because I need to see if it gave you the set. Because if it gives you the set, then no, you want to do 2 separate characters, so you don't have to worry about trying to match make this content. But either way, you would get your second character up. You would get another Vern character. Now, the reason I'm not going to tell you to do the same thing for this character is because we're about to get another Power Pass and another Express mission, so I wouldn't even worry about it. You're kind of already at a point where you can set your account up perfect. This is the perfect time to be a new player. Perfect time to be a new player. That's actually what I'm going to title this video, the perfect time to be a new player in Lost Ark. Nothing intelligent about that concept. Especially because they give you relic stuff. Like, why is this a prior? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to pick on them for their shitty decisions. So you're going to have to do the thing, which blows, but whatever. So you do it. Just fucking, you're going to have to get one character through the content. Now, I'll babysit some people. I really will. I'll also, because it's like taking 5 minutes. We'll do a whole fucking day of it or something. You know what? 200 to 250 likes, I'm going to do a new account series where I do this, okay? And if I get 1,000 likes, straight up, I mean it. It's kind of outrageous for me, but like, if I get 1,000 likes on this video, I will genuinely do a whole, like, I'll do 1 day a week. That's a cool idea. For a whole month, I'll do 1 day. That's only 4 days. For 2 months, I'll do 1 day a week. That's 8 days, right? That I'm guaranteeing to people, unless I have like an emergency. I'm guaranteeing to people if I get 1,000 likes that I will do carries on my 1560 characters. I will do, and all my other characters. Like, I will literally carry dozens of arrays all day on these characters. Okay, and I can carry a lot of fucking arrays and Argoses. Not for paid. I'm not gonna charge nothing. We'll do it for free. No bots. That's the only rules. Okay, we just know we're not going to keep contributing to the bullshit of the game. Your second 1445, okay? Now, the reason why I said I wouldn't do this third character and stuff yet, let's go take another look at this. The reason I'm saying I wouldn't do your third character yet is because they're actually going to give us another Power Pass and another Hyper Express, okay? So the reason I would wait is because you're going to get another Power Pass, okay? Right here. You're going to get another Power Pass, Punica Power Pass. With this version of the Punica Power Pass, you'll receive item level 1340 gear, and unlike previous Punica Power Passes, Burba's Friend does not need to be completed to receive this. So this is why this is important. This Power Pass is going to give you the ability, this is why this is the perfect time to be a new player. This Power Pass is the perfect Power Pass to get you integrated into the game if you don't want to do the story. I recommend doing the story because I'm showing you how you can get a whole entire roster set up if you just listen to me and you make some sacrifices and just trust me. Straight up, do what I tell you to do and I promise you'll see the rewards, right? Because if I do it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do exactly what the fuck I'm telling you because I believe it. So if I'm wrong with you. That's what I keep trying to get to everyone. I'm okay with it. Like, I put all my fucking weight on stuff and I'm cool with that. But anyways, you could skip the story if you really don't want to do the fucking story. I'm going to say it like it is. And if you really want to play this smart, you don't even necessarily right now, this second, have to get these characters to 1445. This is something that you can do over, like I said here, a 4-month period. This is going to be our goal period with this. Everything I'm teaching you guys right here in this video is going to be a 4-month goal period, okay? Smart goals. Remember smart goals, but yeah, so if you listen to me, you can get all these characters up. If you don't want to do that and you just want to get a couple characters, you'll probably shave 2 characters. But what I'm showing you right now is how to get a whole roster up and running. And the point in doing this is not that you'll play all 6 all the time and do a ton of shit. This is so you can just funnel 1 character if you want to, or funnel 2. Like, this is so you have access to resources at any moment if you need it. And that's what I've been trying to explain since the beginning. I have all my characters on my roster because at any moment, if I need the resources, I can just go get them. I can go farm them. I have nothing but opportunity. And that's what having more characters does for you. But what I would recommend is not finishing it because the times overlap. So the smartest thing you can, this is what's fucking funny about this. Oh, check this out, because you could buy yourself time. Get your account up and running quickly. Wait till you see what I do. I really hope I get 200 likes because I'm dead serious. So you're going to see how fast I get an account up and running because I just understand how to navigate the game and how to put ratios to use. Like how to put where I need and where I don't. Yeah, you'll get it. Like I promise you'll get it. 200 likes, guys, please. 1,000 likes. And like I said, I'll do every day for 2 months. I'll do every day, 1 day a week. So anyways, this story actually ends itself right. But if you wanted to, right, you could do just up to here. You could stop any way along the way, and it won't matter because once it's, or It doesn't even matter if once it started. In-game mission period 3:15 to 6:14. Yeah, you have until 6:14. Like this is stunning. This is stunning what they're doing right now. So this is one character. Do it. It's 12 hours of your time. I could spend 12 hours on a fucking two characters doing raids today. We spent 12 hours. Okay, do you understand me? Maybe 3 characters. I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. So like, put the fucking 12 hours and it's worth it. Shut up and do it. Period. New players, existing players, and new non-players, players that haven't started. I don't know. But anyway, so you're gonna get that second power pass. Okay, so now we're gonna put that second power pass towards this other Vern 302. Okay, which I guess is kind of like a waste. So maybe we won't even do that yet. We'll actually, we'll be smarter about this. So, power pass. And we're just going to say 1445 because it's silver now. So the only thing that you need to do to get these characters to 1445 with these power passes and stuff is you need to farm your chaos dungeons. You need to do this. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Things you do passively. PvP, guild, chaos rift, siege events. Siege events because of the gems. Buying honor shards off the pirate ships. Anguish Isle, gold event island. And there's more. There's more. Okay, we're going to talk about more. I actually kind of want to just reference other people's videos, but fuck it. This is my guide, not their guide. And I'm stealing from their guides in some ways. And putting it together and making a comprehensive one. One that actually makes sense. And works together. It directs you. That's kind of the point. I'm not just throwing a bunch of shit and say, do whatever you want. No, this is what your agenda should look like. You should have a fucking goal and a plan. Power pass to 1445. So, and that doesn't mean you need... Let's see. What was it? You're going to get another Hyper Express. Hyper Express 2. Pairing well with the Punica Power Pass, players will be able to designate one character between item level 1340 and 1460 on their roster to participate in a Hyper plus Express whatever mission. Basically the same thing as the other one, right? No, that's not what I wanted. Here. Okay. So, Power Passed. You could use the Express mission. I wouldn't. I would actually try to use the Express mission on, I think, this character. Or, yeah, I guess this character. I guess it doesn't really matter. You decide how you want to do it. Yeah, maybe not these 2 characters. I'd probably use it on, like, this character. Let's be real. Yeah, Express. And then I would get that character up to 16. That's going to become your main. Is kind of what I'm getting at. So this is going to become your main. Because this new power pass is going to be up to item level 1460. So this character is going to be your main. Right off the rip. Okay? Right, doesn't it say 1460? I think it's at 1460. Oh, maybe I'm exaggerating. Don't listen to me. Oh, wait, no, right here. The designated character will earn rewards every 15 item levels up to 1460, including silver and gas. So it'll be up to 1460. It's the best one we've ever gotten, and that's why you will be making that character your main. So, now, you have 5 characters. The 6th character might take you some time. You might have to wait for another power pass. You might have to just do knowledge transfers. That's the other thing. You have knowledge transfers. It's not just about power passes. So this is actually just a knowledge transfer. It's 600 gold. Knowledge transfer. And for new players that don't know what knowledge transfer is, honestly, I'm not going to tell you what things are and show you. I'm just going to say go look it up. Google. Like, use keywording, knowledge transfer, and use your knowledge transfer. That means that you can get another character straight up if you just pay for the knowledge transfer. Yes, you have to go do... I believe the dungeons, like, to get the gear, but I don't think anything beyond that. And again, I'll figure it out later, but knowledge transfer. And you can knowledge transfer all the way up to 1300 at this point, because you've used 2 different power passes. These 2 different power passes, 3, 4 power passes with the Verns, now gives you the ability to knowledge transfer like 5 times or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. The game even, like, sets you up to try to have a roster more than that. But so anyways, there you go. Bam. There's all your characters. If you utilize the tower, like I said, you will be able to level these characters all up. So bam, now you have your account at... Okay, so... Alright, everybody. I just, I'm editing and I just noticed this and I wanted to add it in. So in addition to this, right, let's talk about, like, goals that would come kind of after this, right? Or after this point. Because you're probably wondering what you should be doing after, or if you're in that next stage that's kind of beyond this, where you already have all of your characters. So your first goal should be, if you're in that next range, you already made this done, you got 45, so a bunch of 45 characters, and 175/11490. Now you want to take that 1490 carry to the max. Okay, so now you want to basically, for the next couple of weeks after this, so when we talked, I'm not going to pull it up again, because I got to pull up too many files, but the paint thing again, you just saw it earlier in the fucking video, you're going to see it throughout the video. That paint thing with the 4-month goals, I would say that this would be, if this was your 1-month goal to get your roster up to 1445, like I said, then your 2-month/3-month goal would be to get your 1490 main character, and I think it would actually be your 2-month goal, to be real, to 1540. And higher, 1540 to 1560, but the reason I would stop at 1540 is because, listen to me, we're going to be farming farming Brel, hard mode Brel, as a community for a while. Alright, that means that by the time we get to a con, hard mode Brel will be the 3rd content down. Right? So I recommend this. I really think this is important. And then after you get that character, you guys are going to make me struggle with this one. We know it, we'll just keep it to here or something. No, we'll just have to, we'll do it better. So 1490 to 1540. I don't like that. That's triggering me. I'm sorry. OCD. But goals 1490 to 1540. Now the reason why I'm saying stop your character at 1540 is because the 1540 you're actually gonna get relatively for free. Probably just by farming that character, using the bounds, using the stuff that the game's giving us for free. So save all of your like daily logins and stuff on this 2-month period for this point for the character, and maybe not all of it, but you get my point. Ratio, figure your shit out, know what you need to be doing, pay attention to the events that are currently going on, right? Because we'll probably get some more events too next week. But anyways, once you get this character to 1490/1540, I would recommend taking any of the characters that you have at 1445 and bringing them at minimum. You guys are gonna hate like this kind of, I'm gonna be honest. I would get at minimum 2 more 1490s. And I'm not telling you to get them to 1540. I'm telling you to get at minimum 2 more 1490s. And the reason is because your main character is going to be farming hard, bro. Your other characters are going to be able to start getting Marvelous to then funnel towards that character so they can go 1540, 1550, 1560, 1570, 1580, right? So you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to show you how to basically start taking this roster in a ratio up. So imagine inflation, and you want to have your account follow a ratio as it climbs and as it grows. It wants to gradually go. You know what I mean? And this is a part of it. So, and then I would say that the other 1445s, because now this would be 3 characters, so you'd have 3 other characters. I would get the 3 other characters to 1475. That's the thing. Like, you really do need to start generating more gold at this point of the game, because everything in the game is going to start costing you more gold for that main character. Okay. Now, granted, if you don't want to do all of this and you just want to stick with one character, it's not that it's not possible. It's just that your strategies will never look like this, because your only thing when you have one character genuinely is to take advantage of every event. When you play one character, you do your Chaos Dungeons every day. You do your Guardians every day. You don't have rest. If you play one character and you have rest still, you're an asshat. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you only have a limited amount of things to do. And if you also only play one character, your strategy is different, because you should just be doing every piece of content that you can, like every piece of weekly, ghost ship, all of it. You're doing everything you can, because it's all getting funneled into that one character. Okay. And I would never make a video on that, because I think that that's a sad way to play the game. I'm sorry to all the people who do play one character, but like, no, I mean, the game is beautiful because of the alts. It's what makes it fun, because and only people who, shout out to all of you guys, right? Only people who have a roster of like 10 characters or more really get this. And the beauty of the characters was doing tower with them on their first try, really, for me, because you really got to see the differences between the characters, how they performed, what they were good at, what they weren't good at. And that's kind of why I'm decent or semi-decent with all of the characters, is because I get them. I've been playing them. I'm falling in love with them. I think they're great characters, and that's a problem that I have. I'm getting too invested into the game, right? But whatever. Let's get back to this. 31475s. Because this is a goal video, not a rant video. Wow, 31475s. Now, really, what I really want to tell you, and genuinely, in all honesty, is make this a 2-month goal. Make this a 2-month goal, straight up. And this would be, like, this would be 1 month. And this would be, like, by the time you get to 2 months. And actually, you could probably have these guys to 1490 within that month, let's be honest, because of the books and stuff. Like, 4 weeks of books would be 40 of the 10s. It'd be 8 of the weapons, I think, which is terrible. But I want to say at least 2 characters is guaranteed 1490 in addition to this, but we'll stick with this for now. It's humble math. Humble math is always better. That's what I'm going to start calling it. I'm not going to keep calling it I'm cutting myself short or I'm underballing myself. I'm going to call it humble math because that's straight up what it is. It's like I don't want to be accurate. I don't want to be where I really think I am because it's probably close enough to be wrong that somebody can say something about it. So I'll just go underneath where I think I am by a decent amount, and then you can't tell me I'm wrong because I know I know my shit. I know my damn shit, motherfucker. But anyways. So that's what I want to add into this, because this video is already long as shit. So I just want to add in that if you're already here, these are your goals next. And the reason your goals are this, and ideology, I need you to get this in your mind, is that you need to be able to start funneling this character. You either need to decide at this moment that you do not care about any of your other characters and they're only silver farmers. And you're going to use all of your day-to-day logins, bounds, stuff, and like I said, do everything on this main character. You do everything you can on this main character, okay? And you just funnel into them, and these are all silver. You still need the 6 characters for the silver, so you got to make the 6. You got to do what your first. This first goal is the first goal for everybody's account. If you don't do this first goal, mandatory. If you don't do that first thing, you're a fucking asshat. You're dumb. You're stupid. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta say it because you're stupid. You need it for the silver at bare minimum, even if you're just doing fucking low pangs. Even if you're just using it to get through the daily unas. Do I not have the game loaded anymore? I don't. There's so much to talk about. Okay, and we're gonna get through it. Don't worry. 1445. We have what we talked about in the other video that I made. You have a roster of 1445 characters and 1460. Remember, that was the goal. So now your goal is to use those 1445 characters doing content like, okay, so you need to do the tower on all your characters to really benefit and help you out. We also have Fortune Spire now too, but you gotta get the 1490, so we'll talk about that after. But you do get Throne Spire. So you're gonna get Throne Spire. What level do we need for this? I forget. Does it not tell us? Because it would be kind of nice if it did. Yeah, see, so I got him set up earlier on video, and it was as an example to show what you could do. But now let's go. That's right, this is still coming through here, huh? Let's fix that. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Yeah, anyway, so the, this character, come on. $13.25. Okay, oh, so what did all I have to do is do this? Yep, okay, I'm fucking stupid. Was it all 13.25? Oh wow, that's really not that steep of a requirement though. So once you get a character 13.25, I would recommend doing this. Stoops in his video recommended doing this. He's actually 100% right. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to swap again because he doesn't have it unlocked. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But I'll explain it one last time. There's also a dungeon in this area. Okay, go look it up. It's called South Vern Chaos Line or something like that, and it's got a bunch of rewards in it. You have Anguish Isle. I'll probably just include the clips that I showed earlier about Anguish Isle. And he mentions that too. He talks about the tokens and stuff. Okay, something else I wanted to show you guys is because a lot of the videos that we watch talks about skill points. Alright, and they kind of brush up on how to get them and all kinds of other silly things, and I just want to say, or they brush up on how to get them. It's not silly, it's real. Like, you need this stuff. Skill points, all these things. I just want to tell you something. It would take too long to tell you how to get all of these things and every little thing that you need and all the little omnium stars and everything you need. So I'm going to give you two or three tips about the UI that will help you tremendously. 1, learning how this works. Okay, clicking into here and actually figuring out everything that's actually in here. So here's the content that I think you should be doing. You should be doing your Chaos Rifts, whatever the highest one is you have, even if it is only tier 1 or tier 2, like get the juice pouches for your characters. But you're beyond that. Tier 3 is where you should be. Fuck me, man. I would do these if they have a drop. So like, probably no one doing this anymore, but try to do these. Okay, you want to try to get the Omnium Stars, the Island Souls. It's kind of important. So when you get to this eye level, just keep that in mind. You want to try to do these. But the most important was Chaos Rift, Siege. Siege is pretty... Nope, not that Siege, though. It's a different one. Adventure Island. Any of the Adventure Islands that have gold, straight up. None of those show gold, but any of the adventure islands that have gold are worth doing, because you're on a low level roster. Like, any gold you can get is really important, so just go take that free gold. And then this proving grounds, okay, very worth it on the weekends. Do that. Double XP for PvP. What else? Oh yeah, but so the biggest UI thing that I want to show you though is the codex, because here's the reality. Click this little book, see this little book with the question mark, and you can always go through here and play with your fidgets if it's not there. But this is very important, because all you have to do is come in here and just type in skill point, right? Skill point potion, greater skill point potion, and this is going to show you all of them, and it's even going to tell you where to get them. Okay, Tower, Shade Spire, Giant's Hearts. Okay, so then you can then go to here, like, right? So let's go ahead and drag this. See how everything's draggable too. I love this game's UI. It's very good. So what was one of them? One of them was collect Giant Hearts. Okay, but it doesn't tell me exactly which Giant Heart, right? So let's go ahead and go to the Giant Hearts. Okay, and then we're going to go to collection status, and you can see it actually tells us where to get each one, where to get each Giant Heart. So 5 Scattered Brothers, it's a quest, it's rapport, so that means you have to just go fill out a rapport with that person. Pretty easy. Tells you where to go, tells you what to do. And then you're probably like, oh, well, I don't know where any of this stuff is. Exchange Atlas, or Tuki Island, or Freedom Isle, or Hypno Isle, right? Like, so see all these different things are locations, those are when. And all I'm going to say is that all you have to do is hit map. You know, go out to the greater map, which is like right clicks. And if you type in any of those concepts, right, enough of it, it will actually type it in for you. So one of them was Tuki. As soon as you type in Tuki, you get Tuki Island. And then what will happen is it'll actually show you all the Tuki Islands. This is actually a live event. That was a bad example because that one could be any of those islands. But like Hypno Isle, right? It's right here. Okay, so you can go to it, and apparently you can get a Giant Heart from Hypno Isle. Okay, and you can get a Giant Heart from Hypno Isle. I remember it. So, or not Hypno, Freedom Isle. I don't know. Fucking just come here and track it. That was a. It's not Hypno Isle. I don't know why I said Hypno Isle. Where did I get Hypno from? But you see the point. So you go here. You can track all of these. You can also do, again, skill. Greater skill points. So you can even track the greater skill points and figure out where you get these from. Okay, so these are 6 points. The other ones are 3 points per point. Okay. In addition to that, you have things that I think are important, like runes, right? So you want to see all the runes that you can get in the game. Just type in rune. Or maybe not runes. Maybe not. You might have to actually type in the fucking thing, which is going to suck. Hold up, let's see. And then there's permanent stat skill runes. Okay, so you go into the skill runes, you can actually see all the skill runes that you don't have. And if you wanted to, you could filter it with legendary. You can go find, I'm missing a ton of them apparently. Yeah, definitely gonna work on that. But yeah, so you can come in here, you can get your different runes. These are very important. So this is called the Codex. I would recommend learning how to use it, figuring out how to navigate it. It's very helpful. And then you can look things up. You can cross-reference stuff, you know, Google keywords. So I would do Throne Spire, I would do Anguish Isle, I would do Sulfur and Chaos Mine, do all of those things, do PvP, even Rowan if you get to that point. So we've established how you're going to set your account up. You're going to get all of these 1445s relatively quickly. It shouldn't take you longer than 4 months, I think, to do this. And 4 months is really stretching this, right? I think it'll be quicker. I think the hardest part will be getting your books, and right now I would actually recommend using your gold towards books, because right now books are pretty cheap, actually. So maybe even before you pick a class, maybe research which class you want to be your main, since it's going to be your 3rd or 4th class, right? The 1460 Power Pass. Don't waste 2 express missions on the same character. Like, that's just dumb. Don't do that. If you do that, though, I will say that the resources will probably be insane. But yeah, like, so you have Soulfist Energy Flow, kind of cheap right now, BT, Perfect Expression, Deadeye Pistol, Deadeye Enhanced, which is a great build, actually, in my opinion, but, look at all these: Striker, Esoteric Flurry, Soulfist, Robust, Gunlancer Combat Readiness, Glaive Control, Arty Firepower. All of these are very affordable right now. Even a Gravity Training build you can get up and running. So I would actually recommend using whatever little gold you do kind of get in the beginning of the game. If you're not pushing your main character to 75 quite yet, or push your main character to 75, but once you get your main character to 75, while you're in the midst of farming your clan set anyways, I would really, as a new player, try to get some of these books while they're cheap, because these are fucking cheap. These are cheap, and you can get a character up and run it quick. Okay, so you're still gonna have a hard time doing your Argoses and your Abyssals to either get gold that you're farming on the account. That's why it's important to get the all 45s and then even 1460s if you can with them. We're gonna talk about that. But yeah, so you might have a little bit of trouble for the first couple weeks getting these sets, but there are people doing it, especially now that they're being made aware that it is a problem. So, and then the reason why you need to get that first 75, you need to get your first character to 75 is because you need to start being able to get these books to help those other characters get to 75. Okay, so this is pretty important. I would actually recommend, yeah, honestly, can I be honest with you? Everything that we just talked about right here, I would recommend, like, you don't need to do this immediately, right? So what I would recommend is, like, use the power pass, but these characters sit. You don't touch them. You don't start putting resources into them yet, okay? You just leave them where they're at because you have plenty of time with these things. Whatever the first character was with the Hyper Express mission, you jump on that character, okay? Or whatever character gets the new 60 Hyper Express mission. And you get that character to 75. You get that character to 75. You do whatever you're going to do. Use all the in-game materials that they're giving you and all the resources, the free stuff over the couple of weeks. Because you want to get to a point where you can start getting these books. Okay, so you can use the 10% advantages. Alright, so let's talk about this again. So these first couple of weeks, right, the first couple of weeks that you're a new player, that you're playing, or we're going to use them as investment weeks, essentially, okay, because you need a lot of silver to do what you're going to be doing. So you're going to be doing a ton of Chaos Dungeons, okay? So do the 1302 and the 1300 Chaos Dungeons, or the 1460s, wherever you end up getting the character to, right? That main couple of characters, the 2 Express Mission characters should be at 45 or higher, right? I would push that second 45 character to 60 because it's probably cheap as fuck, right? But if not, get the silver, get the stuff. Stick to the plan, get all these characters to 302, 302. Use the tower to get the character up to 1302, right? When this new power pass comes out in a week with the Slayer pass, right? I'm gonna call it the Slayer pass. When the Slayer pass comes out and the knowledge transfer, or the express mission, you're gonna use the power pass and the express mission on the Slayer. Get them up immediately. And what I would recommend doing is then pushing that character as hard as you can, getting them to 75 to capitalize on these resources so you can be buying these books every week to help your other characters catch up as well. So that'll make getting this Vern character and this Vern character, this Punica Power Pass character, and even this Express character, in a sense, it'll make it easier for all of them to get pushed up, right? Then, in combination with all the stuff we talked about, I would... So I'm going to draw a line that represents the market, or like the honing phases. Please bear with me because this is very difficult to kind of get out. So you have all of these things we just talked about, and you have a time frame to do it. So what we're going to say is we're going to say the first week or two, these are your goals. Okay, the first week or two, these are your goals to do with your account. If you're beyond this in some senses, that's fine. We're going to get to where you're at, so just be patient, okay? If I can figure out how to do timestamps for YouTube, I'll throw fucking timestamps on the bottom for you, I promise. If I can't, I apologize. It's due to my inabilities, not due to because I don't care. Although I could probably learn it, I just gotta look some stuff up. But this took me a long fucking time, okay? Give me a break. And I'm still taking longer. Like, I said I was gonna upload this video like 8 hours ago. I'm still up doing it at like 4 a.m. Here, look, I'll even turn the camera just for a second. Yeah, it's 4:20 in the morning. Okay, so I'm tired. Bear with me. But so in the first 2 weeks, this should be your goal. And what I want to talk about is we're in a phase where I wouldn't actually recommend honing at the moment, unless you're honing with bot materials. But because you're a new player, you're gonna want to hone with non-bot materials, in my opinion. So right now, as a new player, over the next 2 weeks, what I would recommend doing is that story express mission that we talked about, honing and getting as much silver as you possibly can with these semi-characters that you set up, 1302s and some 1400 pluses, and whatever the passes gave you. Don't really hone them beyond those points, okay? The character that's at 60, if you want to try to push it to 75, that's fine, but try to really keep these characters where they are for the most part. And for the next couple of weeks, in your strongholds, do the different, and we're going to flash that. I'll probably do a voiceover. I'll just take the clip from the other clips. But do the stronghold researches, okay? In that couple of weeks that you're doing it, in this like downtime / lull time, that's what I'm gonna call it. In this time that you're using to progress your account, get that story express mission done. Get all of these express missions done. Okay, then boom. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, we meet up, and we're like, all right. Evolved, I got my characters to where you told me to, and now all of them 2 weeks from now are at 1445, or at least 1415, or at least, close. And the most important thing is that in 2 weeks you have your main character at 1475, okay? You're still farming Chaos Dungeons, you're getting your silver, you made good use of all of your stuff, you farm gold, you get your 12 books. I would recommend getting your 12 books fucking ASAP. These are the things you should keep doing. We talked about that. You should get your 12 books ASAP. Like ASAP for your main character, whatever character you end up picking. Okay, so that's our goals for the next couple of weeks for the new players and even some of the returning players, or wherever the hell you fall on the spectrum. That's how you can get the account set up. Roster hope. Okay, yeah, so these are your honing nurse. So you see what I'm saying? So you had to get to a certain stronghold level to unlock these to be able to even research them. So you have to level up your stronghold. Or maybe not. You might have been able to just get these from ground zero too. I don't actually know how those work, but either way, go to your roster help. Now that I found this, I'll just cut this up. Go to your roster help in the stronghold. These are very important. You need to come down here and you need to get the tier 3 honing success increases, because these are going to give you cheaper honing. Okay, so now what I want to talk about is I would actually recommend, not honing for like maybe even a month or so, or just waiting a little bit. And the reason I would actually wait is because there's this thing that I do in the game where I call it good honing market, bad honing market, right? And it's not actually true. All markets are good honing markets. But so this market down here at the bottom, when items are selling really cheap, the deflated part of the market, this is a good honing market because of tradables. Okay? You can use tradables to hone. Okay? This is where you use tradable materials to hone, and you save your bound materials. Okay? And then when you're at these points, when you're at the peaks of the markets where it's really expensive, this is where you use your bound honables and you sell your tradables. And it's a concept that I talked about in the other video, essentially how... did I upload that video? Fuck. I don't know if I did. I gotta take a look now. But if I did upload that video, essentially what it talks about is how the better market to actually hone your characters in is the peak markets where everything's really expensive, because, if you're doing 6 guardians times, we're just going to say 10 stones times 5 gold, or 1 gold. Just give me a fucking break. I don't feel like doing math right now. Okay, it come out to be 60 gold versus, 6 people doing... I fucked myself here, but 10 guardians times 0.5 gold equals 30, right? So the reason why it's better to hone actually in these markets sometimes, or using bound at least, and that's how we're going to word this, is because the cost of your upgrades are 300. They're both 300, so it's going to take you 10 weeks in a low market selling your materials to get to that point, and in this one it's going to take you 5 weeks to get to that point in a high market by selling your bound materials. It's not that complicated. Like the cost of upgrading, let me go back to the game. The cost of upgrading, this never changes. Like this doesn't change. It actually only ever gets decreased. Okay, so because the in-game cost never changes, that means that an inflamed market is better because you can do your content and sell your stuff for more money and then profit off it. Does that make sense? And if it doesn't, I apologize. I failed again, but I'm very fucking tired, so bear with me. Because I just want to get to, I'm mad that and maybe I should wait a day just to make it a better video, but I'm probably not going to stop with this. I'm probably going to follow up on this hard, but anyways. So essentially that's the concept, okay? So the reason I'm telling you to also be patient is because we're technically in a bad market for you to try and hone, okay? Because your gold's really important to you right now. Your gold should be going towards books and stuff right now, or maybe towards honing actually until we get to an inflamed market. But yeah, you get the point. 2 weeks, this is what your goal should be. If you can get a character to 1490 in the next couple of weeks, that's fantastic. The reason, remember, and I'm going to show the video, that you want to get your character to 1490 so you can get these books, because these books will help you get your other characters to 1445s, 1460s, 1470, you know what I mean? So it's very important to start getting to a point where you're utilizing all the resources that come out of these two shops. This is a lot of resources that come out of these two shops. You need to get these thresholds. You need to do the stronghold reductions, like it's very important. Throne Spire, all of these things are very important for the progression. And then really remember this ratio, like straight up, like just don't hone right now. We're at a terrible place in the market. We're literally here. Okay, right now you don't want to hone. This is a red zone. Right, you want to hone up here, in my opinion. This is usually where I hone. Sometimes I'll hone here too, so it's not fully true. And you can hone here too with tradables. So like kind of, actually, here's what I had done before. Anybody who's been watching along with me, what I actually did just recently was I sold all of my materials and my gems at this point, right, at this part of the market, and then I rebought in and invested at this point in the market. So I'm doing really well, right? Like I'm sitting on a lot of good stuff. But the point is the stuff that I bought here, not only did I reinvest into some of it, and actually I sold most of it, so let me be honest. The Great Honors and stuff that I bought at the low point of the market, I liquidated in the high part of the market. I bought the tradables at the low part of the market, and I used them to hone. So it's okay to use tradables if you're at the low end of the market, okay? But when you're at the high end of the market, you want to use bounds, and you want to sell them. You want to sell your tradables, okay? So I hope that makes sense, because if it does, it would be really helpful towards you. And then let's go back to this one. So for our 4-month goal, we'll get to that. I'll probably do a follow-up video, but your 4-month goal should have all of these characters to 1460 or higher, because you need to have gold income, and that's the most important thing for you. I would argue 1475 or higher, but 1460 is totally okay for right now. Get all the characters to 1460, and your main needs to be at 1520 by this point. 1520, 1540. Straight up, if you want to get to a con, this is what we're talking about, right? You asked if it was feasible, if it was plausible. I forget the word that you used, but if you want it to be doable, if you want to be ready to be a con by the time we get to a con, then you need to get your fucking main character and not focus on your alts, and get your main character to at least 1540, because you're going to be getting your set. Okay? You're not going to make it to our gacha on time, but you might make it to a con on time. Okay? If you listen, you follow along, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Alright, I hope this really helps out, but we're not done yet, because I actually, there's some of the shit I gotta show, so I'm gonna clip it, because I gotta figure out what I was saying before. Okay, so another good thing to do is challenge guardian raids. I talked about this earlier in the clips, but definitely do challenge guardian raids, because people will do them with you. They have to. They do them every week. Same thing with this. It's a good way to get gold because of the card, but it's also a good amount of resources that you get from it. Also, the challenge guardian raids are a great way to get your early game books for characters, like your greens and your blues, so definitely do that. And that's another thing. So over that couple of weeks that you're just going to be farming, you know, getting your bound materials up on the alt, waiting for this perfect time to hone. Again, okay. In that time period, you can just be collecting these things, and every week, you know, slowly getting more and more of these materials to just boost your characters. Okay? I'm teaching you how to play the game. I promise. On a way that no other person, and I swear to this, and I don't care, no other player is going to teach you how to play the game the way I teach you how to play the game. Remember that. Okay? Because I just see it different. They can't see what I see. They might be good, but they ain't this good. Alright, like, I got you covered. And I got you covered because I'm paying attention to everyone else. That's it. I'm willing to learn from everyone. I think that makes a massive difference. I stole everybody's tricks, and I just threw it into one. But, I think that's funny. But anyways, so, like, what else? Oh yeah, so I talked about this in the other video, but I'll talk about it again briefly, because before I was kind of fumbling with my words, whereas now I kind of know what I want to do. Can I move with this? I can't move with this, So anyways, you want to do the siege islands every weekend, I think it is. Figure out what day it is. Do your own due diligence. I'm telling you what to do. You go find out when to do it. But again, use your resources. You can use this. You can also use your Procrean compass. Do the gold islands. They're worth it. Especially if you're in your position. Do your chaos rifts. They're worth it. But these will give you like level 5 gems or something like that, or level 4 gems for free. For like 10 minutes of your time, you'll get a level 5 gem. Or 2 level 5s, I think. I forget what it is, but it's like broken as shit. Just keep doing your chaos dungeons. Do not do any of the guardians below this. Okay, Descalute is enough. That's it. You're doing only these. This is the only thing you're doing. And the only reason you're doing the Descos of Kundalinium is because you're trying to funnel your main. Once your main character is out of this region and into Caliglios and Hanamatan, make sure you're doing your mains characters every day. Every fucking day unrested. And then I would do these still in the alts, but only so you can funnel it to the alts to get the alts up. Unless we move back into a market where great honors are worth something, which I doubt will ever happen, but if we hypothetically did move back into a market where great honors were worth something again, then you would sell them and use bound. But I don't think that's going to happen, I gotta be honest with you. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Don't waste your time with these lower end fucking guardians. Don't do it. I'm going to use this really quickly, and I'm just going to zero them all out. You're going to get more than enough honor shards within a week to get these characters up. You're going to do relatively well for yourself. To run a roster of 6 characters, it shouldn't take you too long. If you play about, let's say, 10 to 20 hours a week, you can give each character anywhere from 25 to 50 minutes of time. Right? So, you'll be perfectly fine. I think we can put that away now. What else? That's it. That's it. I think we have everything that I wanted to show. We're going to minimize this in a sense because I want these next to each other for a second. Right? So I got everything that I kind of want you to understand for the most part. These are your goals. Okay? The next couple of weeks. So I completely understand if you have to rewind this and rewatch it because this is a little all over the place and a little complicated, but there's no way to do this in a simple manner. Okay, but this is exactly what you need to do. This is the plan you need to follow. If you stick to this and you utilize the resources that these other new player guides have given us and the resources I've given you like PvP, Guild, Chaos Rifts, all that stuff. If you utilize what we're talking about, and you take advantage of this stuff, and I'm telling you straight up, if you follow this scheme that I'm giving you right now, because if you guys, like I said, 200 likes, guys, and I promise you, I will fucking show you it. I will put it to the test. I will do exactly what I just told you guys to do to a degree, and you will see it. Read them and weep, okay? You're gonna see me do exactly like I'm gonna link the clips, or I'm gonna put the clips in here too of me, gearing this character earlier, essentially by using this shop, and using, in addition to that. Like I had to buy some stuff, but most of this stuff, look at this. Most of this stuff, right? You seeing this? Now, granted, I also have my 12 books, but I bought this 12 buck earlier for like